Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, a microphone record. There's Rocksteady, king of the pit. TV signing in live and large. This listen through goes out to Lance. He messages me on Patreon. He says, "Oh, I know you've been doing a lot of thrashes of recent, and I don't want to overdo it with the thrash, bruh. Don't you worry about it. It's King of the Pit TV. We gotta listen to some thrash, people. We gotta listen to some thrash. We got Destruction, all right? Release from Agony. It's only a 8-track record. Relatively lengthy songs, if you were to, you know, compare it to longer songs from other records. Well, let me. It's been a minute since I've done a listen through. It's been a few days, people. Let me pull myself together. It's a relatively short record, it seems, in relation to what it could be. We got 8 tracks. We're probably averaging at sub 5 minutes generally. First track only being 1 minute 12, so I'm looking forward to this. You know what? I've seen this artwork before, so I know this is quite a good record, or at least it should be, because people are more than happy to show the artwork. So, with that being said, before I stutter and butter my way for another 5 minutes and waste your time, this first track's entitled Beyond Eternity, and then from there, we'll flow it into the title track Release from Agony, okay? As always, this goes out to Lanzar right via the Patreon. You lot are running this channel now, people. You're running the channel. Enjoy yourselves. Let's go. Let's get to it, shall we? Get back, Shadrach. Did I mention we're sipping tonight, people? Couple of fruity flavours, it's the weekend. We're gonna do this with style, yeah? Lovely. Cheap spirits. Rubicon mango. Hit some big pull-ups today. Have we got comments? We do. This guy says the most beautiful piece of music ever recorded. You gassed, you gassed, you gassed, you gassed, you gassed. I think Canon in D might be up there, to be honest with you. Neoclassical, eh? We've got the title track Release from Agony coming up. We'll have an advertisement for a... Bro, why did he advertise Range Rovers to me? Like, I'm going to afford one of them. Come on, I wish. Yeah, subscribe to the Patreon. Get me a Range Rover. It's a sign. Come on. Let's go. Worship the Animals states, "This is how thrash production is supposed to sound. Those raw-ass guitars and thundering bassy drums are perfect. None of that crystal clear, paper-thin, snappy drum BS we get in modern thrash." You know what? I can see both sides of it. Me, I kind of think this is a little bit of a death metal, like, dry sound, don't you think? Come on. Lance, I had to take your name out of the title. Let me put that back up because I had to restart my computer. One moment. That's better, innit? Let's go. I don't think much to this riff, but I really do like the fast one. This is a bit of a backhanded compliment here. This guy, because it's got 19 thumbs up as well. At first I hated the vocals, but the more I listened to the song, the more I realised the song would be trash without it. Oof. Well, the song wouldn't be a song. Hate to break it to you, but you sing a song and yeah, without the vocals, it wouldn't be a song, would it? Be an instrumental. But yeah, I don't know. I do like the vocals. I think the vocals are quite cool, to be honest with you. I do like the vocals. Cool, pretty technical, some cool ideas, and I know that there's going to be some great riffs and some great energy coming up. That was a good introduction to the record. Jeez, we've got Dissatisfied Existence coming up next. This is quite a mature sound. I like it a lot. Let's keep going. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. This entire listen through goes out to Lance, who has recommended this via the Patreon. He said, bruh, check out Destruction release from Agony, and here we are. This is track numero 3, Dissatisfied Existence. Let's go. The picking is very precise. This is wild. This is really good. This is really good. It's a lot more frantic and sort of spazzy than what I tend to go for. I like something a little more direct and consistent. But with that being said, I am enjoying it. It's not really turning me off like some bands do, you know? We're sipping on vodka tonight, people. Don't do it at home. Well, do it at home, go on. The weekend is here. Listening to some good music. Bit of Van Halen then. Bruh, is this a European band? Destruction are European, right? Cause that Dissatisfied Existence, that's got tinges of, not that I'm aware of this style of music, right? I've heard it in films, like National Socialist, like skinhead stuff, man. And I say that purely because I've seen Romper Stomper, and the soundtrack to Romper Stomper's got vocals like that. That's all I know, you know? There's like a very specific, and Romper Stomper was like set in Australia, so it's like irrelevant to what I'm trying to say, but there's a specific sort of like skinhead vocal that I associate with bands of that political realm. And even though they're the complete sort of like counter opposite to that, I hear it in bands like Slapshot, and you know what I mean? My ex-girlfriend, she was into like anarcho-punk and stuff like that, and we played Slapshot in the car one time, and she's just like, what are you listening to this for? Is this some mega far right stuff? Good tune, very exciting. We're keeping it fresh. As far as production is concerned, I feel like the production is dry and grainy. A little like what we've heard from Pestilence up until this point, you know? Consuming Impulse. Am I wrong in saying that? Let's keep going. We've got Sign of Fear coming up. We're listening to Destruction. Yes, now, bless now. Released from Agony, track number 4, Sign of Fear. Is this the longest tune on the record? Longest track on the record, Sign of Fear. Let's go, shall we? Devoted to Lance, who recommended this on the Patreon. Thank you very much. Let's go. Don't thank me, thank the man, the legend that recommended this. Come on now. One of the greatest metal tracks of all time right here, folks. Very few albums evoke such an emotion within me, such as listening to this. The way Schmier sings on the track is haunting as well. Some of the best guitar ever recorded. Come on. Let's find out. Let's go. Bottoms up. What? This is heavy. Somebody says psychedelic thrash metal. That's horrible. That's horrible. Yo, is that what I was saying last track? I was saying there seems to be some like European skinhead sounding stuff on. Krautrock. Is that what I was referring to in the last track? Is that what I was referring to? That was a very unique guitar solo. That was really good because of how unique that was. That was really good. Cool guitar solo. Other than that, that was the weakest track on the record. I'm going against what the people are saying as far as the view count is concerned. I want to hear thrash. I want to hear thrash. This slow pace for 6 minutes 46 isn't my personal taste. It's alright. Compared to what we've heard prior to that, it's the weakest track. Unconscious Ruins coming up next. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're listening to Release from Agony. This one is entitled Unconscious Ruins. It's track number 5 of 8. Okay, we're going to jump in now. Let's go. Bloody hell, this is pretty major, isn't it? It feels like we're about to kick into a ska number, you know? Oh! Somebody said, which is incredible, because I've been staring at this album cover. The hand on the right has 4 fingers. Someone says this is both the least and the most impressive thing about this creature, because it takes, and it would take long for us to notice this. I didn't notice. Come on. Very bass heavy. Come on. I like the vocals a lot. The vocals are very modern to say what time this was put in. It's just very cool, man. I like the vocals. I mean, I don't know if this is... I don't think this is a remaster. It says released on 2018. Of course it wasn't. It was uploaded to YouTube by Record Jet on 2018. Don't think this is a remaster. Heavy. Boom, boom. Ruins. Very good. It was better than Sign of Fear. Yeah, kicking straight in with that. That craziness, that harmonized madness of a solo there. That was a power move right there. That was a power move. That was incredible. That was a good tune. That was a good tune. Plenty of good moments. Great sound to this. Quite experimental in a way. We got Incriminated coming up next. Let's keep moving. Mic checker, microphone record. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. I'm getting a little waved up. I'm getting a little wavy tonight, you know. Incriminated. Let's not embarrass myself. Let's continue listening through to this listen through. Track 6 of 8. Jeez, we're flying through. This listen goes out to Lanzari, who has recommended this via the Patreon. He says, I know you listen to a bit of thrash metal, but let's throw more thrash metal in there. And you know what? Bro, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Thrash metal is timeless, right? Timeless. We can't go wrong. This is Destruction, released from Agony. Track number 6, Incriminated. Let's go. 1987, says Buddy. Let's go. 1987. Ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Come on. Am I the only one that thinks... I'm slurring my words already. Am I the only one that thinks that this has got a death metal sound to it? Do you not think? No one's referenced that in the comments. I feel like the production is death metal. Yo, if you want a little bit of external, my mate who's like a pretty decent death metal band, arguably a progressive death metal band, signed by a decent independent label, and I mean like a label with bands you'll definitely know about. I messaged him. I just want to not name drop, you know what I mean? I said I got released from Agony on, and he says, "Beast of a record, that, bro. Dissatisfied Existence," he says quite simply. We've listened to that tune. So I said, death metal production on this, in my opinion. And he says, yeah, good period for thrash, the late 80s. 88 to 90, he says, proper good production era. That's what he reckons. All the best records as well, supposedly. And I said, nah, New York hardcore killed that. Come on. Get back. What a cadence! Bam! That's what I like to hear. Attention to detail. That's why we got 8 tunes and we're over and out on this record. If I seemed like I was distracted during that track, people, it's because I was messaging my mate, who knows this record. I referenced it during the track, and he's nice. He says the best production value, and I think this is ironic. He says the best production value is the death metal demo tapes. Bruh, we know that's not the case, but we know it is for those people out there who understand where I'm coming from there. If you're not into that and you just want to hear good sounding music, that's not the way forward, let's be real. But for those people who've got that punk rock value in their, listening experience, then yeah, most definitely. We've got Our Oppression coming up next, alright? Yes, now. Bless now. Let's keep moving. Our Oppression. Devoted to Lanzar, who's recommended this to us via the Patreon. This is track numero 7 of 8. We're listening to Destruction Release from Agony. Let's go. Let's go. Oh! Come on. Better. Oppression. There's no discussion. Get back. Come on. Rubicon Mango. Get back, Travi. Bruh, it's, what's even worse than me stopping during that shred solo is Red Gold Green Dub saying good track. Good. Bruh, this is a great track. Let's go. Better, better. Shred Central. Bye. Bruh, great track. Great track. Sour Oppression, there's no discussion. That's quite poetic in a sense, for a thrash metal band at the very least. That guitar solo was a major. Let's finish this record off. Survive to Die, incredible title. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. We're finishing this record with Survive to Die, which in my personal opinion is a quality title. Like, it's a great alternate perspective of the whole sort of live to die sort of. You're born to die, and then you get to let and live your TV set. That wasn't the lyric, but that was a choking victim number. That 500 channels it was entitled. Survive to Die. Let's finish this off. We've been sipping all night. We're going to finish off after this record with an overview of the record. I'll rate it out of 10. Let's go. This guy says, gotta love that heavy dissonant main guitar riff. If I had a mosh pit room. You know what? I was listening to it naturally, and I didn't pick up on the dissonance in there. Them harmonics. I love the speed of them trills. If you're a guitarist, hammer-ons and pull-offs, I love the intensity and the speed of them on this riff. Very good. Ba ba ba. Them natural harmonics are tight as hell, man. They just sound so clean. Metalheads, I know we're going to rewind the outro because I know it'll be a special one. So I'll rewind that. But I got a question for you. I wasn't distracted during that. I was jamming out. I was reading a couple of comments. A guy says on one of my Blasphemy videos, Blasphemy, Fallen Angel of Doom, if that's the title of the record, is the greatest metal record of all time. If you're into Destruction and you know this album, released from Agony, I have no doubt you know about Blasphemy's record. What is it? Fallen Angel of Doom, yeah? Fallen Angel of Doom. Is that the greatest metal record of all time? I disagree, but I want to hear your opinion.
Survive to die.
Little shin shaker here. Come on. Come on. Yo, what tune is that from? What tune is that from? What tune is that from? Great finale. Survive to Die. What more could you want? It was a great tune. This record is consistent. This record is pretty bloody good. And I'm going to break this down into detail on my next video. I'll give you the overview and my final thoughts of this record as a whole. And I'll rate it out of 10 for you, alright? I'll see you there. Peace. Yes, now, there's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. Destruction, Release from Agony is the record I have just listened to. Do I need these headphones on my ears? Not necessarily. Should I keep them on? Let's take them off. This listen through was recommended by Lance R.I. via my Patreon account, okay? Do I sound a little stuttery and buttery? Quite possibly. Bruh, the poeticism comes naturally. There we go, naturally. Stuttery, buttery. Potentially. It's a 4-way tribute to this record. Destruction, Release from Agony. Which makes it 5. Bada bing! I've been drinking. I drunk throughout this record. I've been sipping on the body. I've been enjoying a Rubicon Mango. I'm not getting bloody monetized regardless because of YouTube's copyright policy. The money goes to Destruction. I wish. The money goes to Destruction's label, who aren't gonna... Let's be real. It's corporate business. Gonna take the piss out of Destruction. I hate that! But, hey, each to their own. this is the overview of this record. So I'm excited from the get-go, because normally I'll come into these videos and I'll say blah, 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 blah. But even after having so many sips, I want to tell you that this was a good record. This was a really good record. This was a good recommendation, and it was a really good record. So Destruction, let me just tell you, from the name Destruction, from the logo Destruction, I associate it with music away from my personal preference. I like punk and hardcore, and I do like thrash, and I do like metal, but I want to hear the punk and the hardcore in there. And hardcore to metalheads is like sinful, I understand. To put it cleanly, I want to hear a harsh punk emphasis from time to time in the music. And thrash metal is punk. And if you disagree with that, you need to look at the roots. So Destruction, released from Agony, is good. Let me tell you that, it's good. The production is very special. The production value on this record is like what I experienced when I was listening to Consuming Impulse by Pestilence. And I don't say that via hearing that record recently, but I say that through memory and association. This record is very dry, very gritty, and it's very death metal in my opinion. The production value is very death metal, and during this listen through, I had a couple of text throughs to my mate who's, bruh, we're all autistic in this realm. Trust me, we've all got our special interests. If you're listening to Destruction, released from Agony, and looking at somebody reviewing it, bruh, you know very well where you stand on the spectrum. And and I was texting my mate who's involved in a serious band, a multi-continental touring band, and within the metal, within the death metal, and he says, bro, that's a great record. It's a great record. And he referenced in particular Dissatisfied Existence. That was his, recommendation as far as this record is concerned. He says, check this out, and this sound is great. He didn't disagree with me when I said it was a death metal sound. Consuming Impulse isn't his flavour, but when I said death metal, he agreed with me. And me, even though I've listened to so much death metal and I sort of go on it, it helps to have it amplified by people who are aware in the real time. And yeah, this is death metal sound as far as the gritty, grey, dry sound. There's no reverb in the sense that it's like atmospheric or cavernous. It's like none of that nonsense. It's straight instrumental and vocal. And speaking of the vocal, I like the vocal. I can see why some people might disagree. If you're into metal music, I like it. Being into punk music, I like the expression and the higher register. I love that. I've gone from like to love. I love that. I think it's fantastic. The vocal performance did not naff me at all during this. I thought it was very good. The artwork is pristine. The artwork is the best of its kind. Let's be fair. The artwork is 10 out of 10. Like, the artwork in itself is amazing. Really good. 8 tracks. One of them being an introduction. 1 minute 12, Beyond Eternity. So let's call it 7 tracks. We're calling it about an average of 5 minutes. Let's just say 5 minutes for the sake of it. It won't be. It'll be lesser than that, I reckon. But 5 minutes for the sake of it, yeah, it's well worthy. Well worthy. It's a lot of depth, a lot of understanding in this record. We go from riff to riff to riff. The ideas are great. Don't get me wrong, there's some ideas that fall flat on somebody like me who just wants to hear I just want to hear that, like, consistent 24/7 every day, and then and then the occasional sort of hard guy. We don't get that because it's a metal record, it's a thrash metal record, it's a borderline death metal record, in my personal opinion. And it was good. It was really good. Late 80s, a sign of the times. Was it symbolic of the mid 80s? What would you say? Because this, as a late 80s record, is like, we got a lot of great genres really finding their shine. And when I reference hardcore, I talk about New York hardcore and the stuff like that. We got a lot of different elements which are really fruitful at this moment in time as far as the underground is concerned. And this band doesn't necessarily take from that. It takes more so from an older school. And you gotta respect it. It's from the roots, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to give it a rating. I might continue talking about this, to be fair, because I want to talk about the individual instrumentation. I'm going to give this record a... I'm going to go with the first thing that came to my mind. This is going to excite a lot of people, because I don't go this high. This isn't down to pure excitement. It's down to my acknowledgement of the quality and the consistency of the record. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8. And if you look at the acts, I've given an 8, bro. I got a lot of high praise to state as far as the 8 out of 10s are concerned. I wanted to give it 7.5, but the first thing that came to my head was 8, and I thought I'll be frivolous. I'll be, what's the word? Yeah, let's stick with frivolous. I'll give the rankings out. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. This is a great record. This is prestige. This is concentrated. This is aggressive. This is pure. This is fantastic. This is a really good record. Guitar work is fantastic. The rhythmic work is fantastic. Really good. The rhythm is really good, to be honest with you. Not in a traditional sense. In a pop music sense, I would like it to be a little more on the line. But the band doesn't go out of its way to disturb you as a listener, which I'm pleased with. Guitar work, as far as lead guitars, really good. Bass line, yeah, it's really good. Vocal line, really good. It's not like singing songs and hooks and these melodies, which I would love to hear, but it doesn't have that. Drum work, really good. Production, hey, like I said, death metal production, dry, but it works. The most death metal production we had on a thrash record on this channel is probably Demolition Hammer, and this isn't as intense as Demolition Hammer, but it's on the borderline of Compulsing Impulse, if I was to put it there. Yeah, 8 out of 10, which is a quality thing. We're going to go onwards. We're going to look at the Wikipedia, see if there's anything interesting to comment on. We're going to look at the history of this record. I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless. Now, don't forget the rest. Now, there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. I'm waved up. I've enjoyed myself through this record. I sipped a whole bottle of what shall not be named on YouTube. Released from Agony. We're going to have a quick dig at the Wikipedia page for some lore and historical value. If I'm to be real with you from first glance, we're not going to have too much to talk about, but I'll try to make the most out of what we've got. So, let's have a little deek. So, released from Agony is the third studio album from German thrash metal band. So, let's have a look at what came before and after. Mad Butcher came prior to this. I have never seen the artwork. Oh, it says Mad Butcher is the second EP by German thrash metal band. Alright. Afterwards came Live Without Sense, which is the first live album. Let's have a little dig of the chronology for 1 second. Alright. Have we got the information here? Let's have a little dig whilst we're on. Alright. 1 moment. So, we've had Infernal Overkill. We've listened to that on this channel. Eternal Devastation. I don't think we've listened to Eternal Devastation. So that's the second. We might have to pop back and have a listen to that. And then we got released from Agony. After that, we got Cracked Brain, which I've never seen the artwork for. That's the fourth record. So we've just listened to the third, which, you know, let's be fair. The third album tends to be the best on pattern, which we've experienced on these metal acts. So The third album by German thrash metal band Destruction, released on December the 1st, 87 by Steamhammer / SPV. Is that an indie or... It's an indie label founded on the 1st of January. Slowly grown to be one of the largest indie distributors and record labels worldwide. So that's not a was, it's an is. Alright, still consisting. And then 88 by Profile / Rock Hotel Records, which is one of the earliest hip-hop labels, incredibly, in North America. This was their last studio album to feature bassist and lead vocalist Marcel Schmier. How incredible. So this was the last record to feature the vocalist until he rejoined the band in 99. The vocal work was really good. I like the vocalist. Musically and lyrically, Release from Agony is much darker than Destruction's previous albums, and the album saw the band resemble a mixture of thrash metal with technical and progressive elements. Technical, yes. Progressive, I didn't really clock onto that too much, in all honesty. I heard a lot of death metal. I heard a lot of death metal in that record. I heard a lot in the production in particular. Released on 1st of December 87, recorded in September 87, so not long after it was recorded, it was released. Studio, Caro Studio, Munster, West Germany. Genre, thrash metal, plain and simple. Length, 37 minutes 20 seconds. Palatable, lovely. That's a great album length in my personal opinion. Label, Steamhammer SBV. Producer, Kale Tripp. Karl Heinz, aka Kalle perhaps, is a German former music engineer and producer and owner of the Caro Studio in Munster. There we go. We got 2 ratings on here. All Music gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Rock Hard gave it a 9 out of 10. Personnel, we got Marcel Schirmer on bass and vocals. So he was not only doing the vocals, he was playing the bass at the same time. It's a 4-piece act. Mike Sefringa on guitars, Harry Wilkins on guitars, Oliver aka Ollie Kaiser on drums, production, Kalle Tripp, production, recording, engineering, mixing. And we have to give respect to Joachim Lutk on the cover art. He's a cross-media artist known for his artwork for bands such as Arch Enemy, Dimmu Borgir, Creator, Marilyn Manson, Meshuggah, Sopa Etamus. I've never heard of that act. And the Ensemble of Shadows and Rage. His art has also been published in a book form and compared to that of H.R. Geiger. So, yeah, gotta give some respect. That was released from Agony. It was a good record. And on that note, I'm going to sign out, people. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.